Welcome to the weekly starter for British and World Literature 403A for the week of March 23rd to March 27th. This week, you're going to be diving into your research paper. Now, if you wanted extra credit for the 5.02 assignment, you have until Monday at 11:59 p.m. to turn it in because you need to turn it in early. As you can see, it will be due on Tuesday. By that point, you should have chosen your topic. And this is where, if you're doing a topic that's not one of those that I've provided, that you'll need to get it passed off. You're going to also do the 5.02 assignment that I've talked about in the previous starter. Also, this is when you're going to be starting to do your research. So this weekly starter is going to be a guide as how to do proper research and not just be finding those silly, non-reputable sources on the internet, which there are quite a few of, but instead to find deep, actually adequate literary criticism and how to take notes. There are two key locations that you want to use to do the research. The internet, which most students will try to do everything on the internet, and you may be able to, but you still need to find at least one print source, even if it's on the internet. So you'll have to find an online book or a book that has been online. And then also it's a good idea to also consult the library. Now, remember, we want to find legitimate sources. The internet is full of sources that are not legitimate. One example is Wikipedia. And our phrase that pays today is actually going to be about, is Wikipedia a legitimate source? By itself, Wikipedia is not a legitimate source to cite. However, you may go to Wikipedia and look at the sources that the person who submitted used. If those are legitimate sources, then you can use those. Be very careful because Wikipedia, anyone can post to Wikipedia and anyone can edit Wikipedia. So that because of that, it does not become reputable. One quick way to understand if you're finding something reputable is to look for those who are professors, who are literary scholars, who actually that is their profession and they work in that field. So I'm going to show you some ways to find legitimate sources on Google.com, Google Scholar, and then a site called Questia. There are other ways to find sources that you may find as well, and if you need extra help, please contact me. Another source not to use before I show you how to do this is SparkNotes. That is not a reputable source to cite in an academic research paper. Okay, so the best place to start is just with regular old Google. So you start with typing in your topic. Now you may have to adjust it a little bit, but you can start with, let's say you want to do Christian symbolism in Beowulf. Now you're going to notice that a non-reputable source is the very first thing that comes up, SparkNotes. So really use your academic eye to figure out which ones are good. So we have this one, Christian Elements in Beowulf, and it says csis.pace.edu. Edu is a good ending note to give you an idea that this is a reputable site because that means education site. Here is two different articles that are from that site. Now you hear of answers@yahoo.com. Help! Examples of Christian symbolism Beowulf? That is not a reputable source. That's someone trying to get help on their homework. So that is one place to start, and you can start gathering ideas and research there. You may have to edit and do things like Christianity, Beowulf, and do other little adjustments to try to find good sources. All right, here's another example for a different topic, Canterbury Tales and the Rising Middle Class. In this one, you can see that you want to be careful. This is Neo-English System Blogspot, but because it's a blog, that means that it's not going to be a scholarly, it may be an English teacher, but it's not a scholarly site. But here, if we go down here, we have Cal State la.edu faculty. So this is a professor actually posting, and you can look at that. All right, another source is Google Scholar. And if you don't, you can just type google.com/scholar, and that will get you to the site. And you're going to look for articles here. And let me show you an example for a different topic here. So the role of the child in romantic poetry. And you can see here that more reputable sites are going to come up immediately. And in fact, if you look here, here is a book that immediately comes up. So H. Bloom, books, google.com, and it's going to have pieces. You may not have the whole book, but you may have enough to get some ideas in your essay. Also, you have things like danger of sibling incest, and this is actually a reputable article. So what I'm going to show you is if you click on one of these, I've clicked on the JSTOR. JSTOR is a reputable, JSTOR.org. Org is going to help you know that it's more reputable. This is an academic journal, and this is a literary critic that's talking about children of childhood nostalgia and the romantic legacy. And this would be an online, and you can preview it, you can read it online for free, and then you can cite the entire article, and this would be a really reputable source for your piece. All right, so that's the end of the presentation. The last thing that I wanted to do is show you Questia. So let's just pause that and let me open Questia for you. All right, so for Questia.com, you can type in the same thing. So let's say that we wanted to do something about education in Pride and Prejudice. So we search, and you're going to see for this one, we have options. We can look at books, academic journals, magazines, or newspapers. We want to focus on either books or academic journals. And you're going to see for books, you're going to only be able to read previews. Academic journals, you may be able to read the entire thing online. So this is another great source. You don't even need to have a subscription to see a lot of good sources for this site. So happy research. Thank you so much for watching this, and have a great week.